Hello YouTube, this is going to be my first ever video to be created for YouTube. And today we're playing the American Revolution mod for Empire Total War. If you don't know what Total War is, it is a, video game obviously, but it's a historical game and it's turn-based where you have battles. In this case you have navy, land, siege battles. And today we're going to be starting a campaign. So we're going to go to Grand Campaign. As you can see, I'm going to have the difficulty on very hard. This is the first time I'm ever doing that. And because this is my first time ever, I'm going to be picking the United States. I have to admit, the United States is... well, I am definitely more comfortable playing as, but if you in the comments want to pick another country for a let's play or a campaign, I am more than happy to play as that faction. So we are going to be playing as the United States. We are doing World Domination just because I like that mode. I prefer that mode more than these others. So yeah, World Domination. Very quickly, I'm just going to scroll through. So we have Great Britain, we have, the modern day Netherlands, the Cherokee Nation, we all probably going to fight eventually, Denmark, Austria, you get the idea. So I'm just going to go fast and go through these and not spend a whole lot of time. But this is like I said, a mod. So some of this game is unfortunately different from the base game, and I will show you and point out which one's which. So like I said, I'm just going to go fast through these. Feel free to hit stop on the video and pick which faction you want to play as, but like I said, today we're starting out as the United States. As you can see, we start with the... starting 8 regions, but mostly the 13 colonies. And they kind of combine a few. So we're now in the campaign map. So what I would like to do is meet up. And I am going to hit spacebar because that will make your units go faster actually. Free tip there if you don't want to wait for a slow moving unit. Now, I always like to personally get, so I like to start out with building schools. That's almost automatic. I am going to be building that trade hub. So I have played this game a little bit. This is the first time I played it on hard, really hard difficulty. I have played it on hard. And I do know Britain is going to most likely declare war on us in the first few turns, or third turn. So I'm going to send my army up there, and I'm going to attack first, actually. Now, let me just go to this army really quick. You may be thinking, having the generals wait. Thing, I honestly don't like having the generals, because they usually get killed. I am going to be moving my general, and moving that there. And most likely, I'm going to just move them here for now. Sorry, this entire army when you get a chance. Thank you. Same here, here. And so, my name's Isaac, and like I said, this is my first real video meant for YouTube that I am posting. Just a little bit of background on me is I personally love history, and I love just playing historical games. I will explain this in a moment. I am currently going to college to become an archaeologist, and I've taken many history courses throughout my school career, and I very much enjoy it so far. So, I don't know how much weekly uploads I'm going to be able to do, today's my last week of final classes, and next week is going to be my finals week. And then I am going on vacation for spring break, so I am sorry, there's not going to be very many uploads in this time frame. And so now going back to this screen I see here, I moved an agent here because it will help reduce the time, you see, for researching technology. Technology very much plays a huge impact. The better buildings you get, the better technology you have. So I am definitely doing that. Yes, you going there, thank you. I am going to keep this general hill, just because I am going to be attacking the British right off in the next turn. Before they attack me and send a bunch of units to destroy my stuff. And then I am going to go stabbing toward the Iroquois Confederation, because usually they declare for Britain. Same with this. Same with the Cherokee Nation. So I'm going to try and invade Canada and basically take over a good chunk of the modern day US, including Canada. Because Britain in this mod for Empire Total War are kind of jerks. At least the way I play, they attack everybody for the most part. If we go to diplomacy, that is a huge deal. As you can see, Great Britain's technically indifferent, but they are France, Spain, and they really don't like a whole lot of people. So yeah. Spain, so friendly, indifferent with Sweden, that's fine. France, we're all allies with. So, good old France is helping America out as usual. So I honestly am going to request a trade with with Russia. That makes us friendly. It also shows that now we cannot trade with these others because, I don't know, it just does that when you do that. And then these are the minor nations. Minor means they're not, like, have a lot of territory. So yeah. And then just to, sorry, I hit the wrong button. So again, going back to technology, and we go to hit trade, let's say we go to France, open negotiations, we can also hit trade. Unfortunately, we do not have anything to trade. France, you can see, is a little bit more advanced. That's just good to know. So what I actually might do in the future is try and pay France a bunch of money to try and get one of those technology. So that'll help us out and not waste time having to spend 5 turns. Sometimes it gets up to 22 turns at the beginning, so yeah. And one of the things that is illegal only to this mod is you can see all of this in the normal mod and in normal Total War. This is all going to be grayed out. In the sense we could probably only see this and probably this up here. All of this is going to be black. But this is the mod that removes fog of war. In the sense you can clearly see what is London up to? What is London's defense? You know? So, and you can also see units on the battlefield and get a sense. Yeah, like I said, I am going to go to war with Britain on turn 2. Feel free in the comment section to hit whatever. Sorry, I don't know what that sound. Speeches I'm going to keep up. Effects I'm going to keep up. I mean, I just have to tone this down just a little bit. Sorry. I'm gonna... At any rate, saying if you ever want to pick a faction to play as or a faction to declare war with this first play, please give me a comment and heads up, because I am more than happy to. Again, England has a massive army and navy for the most part, because we do. I will say I am definitely not going to be going toe to toe with any army. Unfortunately, the answer is no. I am not going to give you Maine. But I will offer you this for your alliance. And they accept it. Excellent. Like I said, I am not going to give up any territory to anybody, but I am willing to work out a deal with some of these nations, like France and modern day Lebanon. With all these states who are at war, everybody starts out with war at the Barbary States. This is part of this mod. And part of the base game, everybody starts out with war at these. Portugal being defeated there by the Barbary States. Congratulations, guys. The Cherokee nations are at war with Spain and a few other Native American tribes. Again, some of these turns take so long, I have it spaced out, so it is going as fast as I can. Good job, Austria, I guess. You. Fleet was able to defeat another fleet. I will say it is going to get to the point where it is faster when most of these factions are either defeated or it's just going to come down to me and a few other factions. I am going to invade the British Isles. I am going to try and do that. Like I said, this is the first time I'm playing very hard on this game. I have played hard, I've played medium. Those are the two main difficulties I've played as, this personally. So this is the first time I'm doing very hard. France, my ally. So the torn flags, what those mean is these have been in battle before. I will say sometimes it is misleading in the sense, oh yes, this flag is torn, but you can also repair ships and recruit more units to like heal them. And few units, like if they're in your territory, you can heal them. So these flags basically mean these are either newly recruited units or have not been in a battle yet. But even if it's a torn flag, in terms of like it's torn, showing that it's been in battle, that does not mean anything. Unfortunately, it's kind of misleading. It's in the base game of this game, and it's in most mods. Just because the flag is torn does not mean they're a full unit. But also, if the flag is torn, it means they might have sustained damage. Because in Navy, you have to be in a port that has not been damaged to be able to heal your ships and repair them. And yes, you do see a lot of modern day factions and modern day countries, but you also see a lot of, I'm going to say quote unquote, extinct nations and empires that are not around anymore. And also, see that gray, well, when Portugal is moving the ship, those gray boxes, all that means is if you send your navy there, with an army or with your navy in general, that's where you can pick if you're going to Europe or to America or to India. So, like I said, I'm in college and university to study archaeology and to have a minor study in history. I personally love history. It's been a huge hobby of mine. So, if you want to ask me any questions or give me any suggestions of history, I enjoy all history, and I don't mind trying to do research. I will say it will take longer to get back to you because I'm getting close to the end of my second year in college. Spain moving their agents. Like I said, I really suggest you use your agents and put them in school or the buildings that you need technology, because it will drastically cut down on turn time. Especially if you have more agents and you stack them like that. Because I believe that there was already an agent in there. And that'll help you reduce the time you have to. Well, we have a spy down here. No? Very good to know. I am going to recruit a unit. And then... oh wait, I probably should explain this. We do have a lot of specialized units. In the sense, you go here, you can get 2nd New Hampshire, 3rd New Jersey, Lee's Light Legion, Light Infantry, 2nd Line of Dragoons. Yeah. You can get a lot of specialty units. And then you do get the regular units if you want. Cannons, all that good stuff. Combine, please. And then, before I forget, I am going to. You can get special ships as well, like the U.S. Constitution class, and even the U.S. So you can go recruit. This is the U.S. of America. It's a 74 gun ship. I mean, well, unfortunately, I am not going to recruit her yet. I am still going to want to upgrade my economy as best as I can to be able to recruit more units and be able to do that. I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to declare war yet. Like I said, Britain likes to attack everybody and don't make very many friends. Their only allies are the Iroquois Confederacy now, and the New Admiral, Spain, all the states, France, for now. Again, this is, like I said, Britain in this mod really much reminds me of jokes, I have to admit. And see, we're negative 18. Here we're like +1, -9, +6, you know, +6, you know, +45, you know. We have positive relations, you know, for the most part. Well, I just like to leave here because sometimes it shows you buildings you forget about and you can, you know, upgrade. So like, you know, equipment, plants, and food starter, plus, you know, most of these buildings I'm trying to upgrade or meant to help. And then Philadelphia is another big recruiting for us. Here's Virginia. Again, Virginia is also, for the most part. Yep. Go over here, please. And then you do want to build infrastructure because it helps with push tone and money, but it also helps you move your troops faster and forward. So next turn I'm not going to upgrade any buildings, but I am going to try and upgrade as much as the infrastructure as I can. May I ask how your day is going? Please leave it in the comments. Like I said, I'm new to YouTube. I've always wanted to do a YouTube video just for the fun of it. This is more of a hobby than anything else, so I am sorry to say, because I'm in college and I'm going to be busy the next couple weeks. I do not know how much time I have for you guys. I'm totally sorry for that. I would consider that a great thing for all their pilots, but they did lose a lot of ships there. In terms of their points support, that's what this means. These, yellow means how many units there are. 3 units here, 3 ships here. That's what that means. 2 ships there. So the more ships they have, the more yellow or blue lines you have, and the more units you have, basically. Again, these torn flags, like I told you, is basically these units have been in battle. This is like probably a freshly recruited unit or army. I haven't seen much action yet. But other than that, it can also be very misleading because you can hear units. So basically, if as a player you have to consider that, I will say, is this because it shows a flag does not mean you might be at full strength or may have been reinforced. I mean, Portugal did lose a ship there, but they were able to take out that Barbary pirate fleet, and I'm pretty sure that fleet had a general unit in there, like a named general. You can have admirals in this game, a named admiral. So that is definitely something you need to be aware of. Not all fleets have it, not all fleets have it in general. That does not mean any loss or any battle. And one of the things about this game that is different in other Total War games, they will tell you Total War is a series, starting back from ancient times, for like the Roman Empire, yes, the Roman Empire. And then even ancient civilization before the Roman Empire really started. And then it goes through Medieval 1, Medieval 2, Empire, Napoleon Wars. And then it goes into some of the Chinese Shogun. I do not have very many games, and then you do have some of the fantasy games. And that is mostly Warhammer is the fantasy game that Total War picked. And that's going to be the mostly you see. And let it move. Mostly it's just a... Okay. War declared. War has been continuous to nations. Unit recruited! Yay! The region was raised in March. They were under the command of So I'm not really good with names, but casual for service with the Continental Army, the Legion continues as one of the troops of the 200 light infantry soldiers. The Legion would see action at the Little Egg, Hannibal, Siege of Savannah, and the Siege of Charleston. The Legion was dismantled in the November of 17 remained. So like I said, I'm bad with names, so sorry about that. And I tried to read this, but again, if you want to hit pause, feel free and read this. Again, this is mostly historical for the most part. They try to be as historical as they can. And that is only meant for this war, actually. What agent? I have one agent here. Sorry. I thought it said we have a recruiting there. I could be wrong. So again, just going around. You know, trying to get as much equipment as, construction is done. So that's all I'm going to waste is because of that. So I am going to go around. My pamphlets is going to be the ones who do not have any dirt roads. As of now. Yep. Good, and then I am going to go over here to Philadelphia. Sorry, I'm skipping you, but I'm doing it in Boston. As well to get better trade income and also just better everything. By the way, where did that English Navy fleet go? Probably down here. Yeah. Again, this is James Caldwell is an admiral. Flagship is a second rate. Basically, that meaning how many guns they have and all that. Basically, that means it can outgun any of our ships that we have currently. Wartime. No, literally, I'm going to go. What do they have? They just have a very good unit, so declare war. Call on your allies. I'm actually going to not do that because if you force your allies to pick a side, they may consider breaking off the alliance with you. So I'm not going to give the modern day Netherlands a chance to do that. France is already at war with Britain. Great Britain was joined by the Confederacy and sorry, I'm not good with names, but basically that Indian faction, I believe, also declared war on us. So I'm not going to auto-resolve. Like I said, I just don't like it. But I am going to attack. Not give Britain a chance to reinforce their units here. So here we go. Yes. Yeah, I like that. Cavalry move back in. Rangers, I'm breaking on this here. So that's going to be deployment. I'm going to end deployment here. I'm going to unrender that. You can pick between which cannons type you want. Exploding shells, maybe don't need. Well, maybe. I'm basically going to tell this cannon when they get a chance to fire over here, please. Come on, boys, return fire, please. So that's probably them. Yeah, wait. Come on, guys. Well, as that's going on, I'm clearly losing the bombardment phase. Oh, there they go. Now they're firing. Oh, are they? No, I'm not hitting that. So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Cannons are very good, and like I said, this is on very hard difficulty. So I'm actually gonna tell my men to run. I switched back to wiggle ammo for the British. I mean for my cannons. British is using a different shell type. I'm actually gonna move up and try and take this cannon. These are those British file, yeah. So they actually do this like wall by wall file, and we're breaking them. This British unit I think is gonna come back. Who's the second British unit? That's my question. Oh yeah. Nope, they're still alive. Stopped laboring, but now they've dismounted their guns. I can fire over here. I'm honestly just going to wait for the British to kind of move into range. I don't see that second British unit yet. Again, this is the 1st Regiment of Militia Garrison. They don't usually do very well. As you can see, yes, buildings and trees and basically everything kind of affected, but it's a cavalry move over. And so militia cannot form square, by the way. It's only the American regulars, well, regular units and specialized units in the American Army, like those ones I showed you, those special units can form square for the most part. I'm just going to move them closer. Okay, you also don't want to do that. But I'm going to say, yeah, get out of your hatchet, boys. Oh, yeah, we outnumber them. These are somewhat easy to break. So I see a British unit over here. Go to cannons, and I'm just going to say, yeah, form up here. Move, please. Yeah. Form up here. This unit, can you move up? I mean, maybe just go over there, please. No, focus fire on there. Please, and then bang! Alright, you guys are breaking. I mean, cavalry here. Yeah, we've broken them. Now we're not. So you may be wondering why I'm doing this. It's stopping the British from shooting these and these back. And I think my men, even though they're can win this. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing it very hard difficulty. But basically what that does is, yes, this unit's breaking and suffered casualties, but as you can see, it gave my cavalry time and these units to defeat these units over here. And now these are the only units left. And once they take a lot of casualties, and like I said, these guys cannot form square. So I'm going to send my cavalry over, and then I'm just going to move those over. Because, friendly fire is a thing! Yay, heroic victory! So, friendly fire works in many ways. If you have a unit in front of another unit, that can also be considered friendly fire when they fire at each other. I'm going to try and heal as much of the units as I can. One more time. Where were you? No, we're not. You're at peace. For now, that's good to know. I'm going to take this on there, actually. I'm just going to say, move up here. For now. No, that's... Okay, go to diplomacy. Yeah, so we are at war with this unit in India. I mean, this faction in India, so if you want me to invade India, I will try and do it. But first, I want to defeat the Iroquois nation and defeat Britain up here in Canada. And I might just recruit 2 units and try and sneak my fleet up here and land them on these 2 places. And then maybe take these. They're going to probably take my ally place over here. can go over you. Attack you. Let us fight this on the battlefield. And deployment, I like my units on a hill, shooting down, but I don't like them in front of the hill because they will block shots as well. Same with trees, same with... It's very realistic in that sense of like what can block and what will cause block. The musket balls and like if you're in range or not. Are you guys in range? No. I am going to move up forward. Basically trying to get them in range. Yeah, please come in. Come on guys. I don't know what they're doing there. As you can see, these units are firing. They do this cool, like, fire by wall. Like the first row will fire and the second row will kneel. I'm not cavalry. Oh. No, I'm just gonna send my cavalry because break this unit. Now you may be wondering why I don't finish off some of these units. Because I'm attacking a settlement. If they are defeated and routed, well, they did come back, but like, basically that means, since I'm taking this settlement, that does not mean, basically, okay, you know what? Friendly fire, yeah, friendly fire is a thing. Like I said, friendly fire is a thing. I am going to tell these guys, okay. Good job. Come back. I'm going to keep my cavalry. Sorry if I hum a little bit. I usually hum when I'm concentrating. Just to give you a heads up, so I'm sorry about that. If you hear a weird sound, that might be me humming because I'm concentrating. So I like when the enemy comes into my range, means I get to fire first, and then they are still probably moving. I don't think these guys are coming back, so I'm going to call my cavalry off. Okay. Come on, cavalry. General Cloak. As you can see, we're also doing a quite good number. Okay. No, never mind, they broke. Good job. Great job. I'm actually going to reposition because I don't think these guys are in range, so I'm going to basically run my units up. I don't know, are these, no, these are bowmen, so they're ranged, they're not melee. Basically, the reason why I'm moving, you're all dead, yeah. The reason why I did that is, where are you guys, you breaking? No, no breaking. Oh. So they can break and come back like that, but that helps me as well because they're not going to be able to shoot immediately because they're breaking. And then, like breaking, coming back, breaking, coming back. It's a whole thing. So yeah, you really have to be concerned, especially militia. Not so much like regulars. If you have American regulars, you do not have to worry too much about them breaking usually. Because they're considered elite units, so we're breaking them. So I think Caesar Stall, that basically means that's an enemy general's unit. Good stuff. Yeah. So heroic victory. We were able to beat them by breaking. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to torch. I don't think I can heal too much, but I am going to try. Let's go here. Yeah, send some more Pennsylvania, well, Minutemen to be able to go and help us there. So like I said, I'm just going to repeat myself. This is my first time ever doing a YouTube video. So please be nice. I mean, I do like constructive criticism, but I just don't like people saying, "Ooh, I don't like your video because you know." At least give me a reason, a constructive reason why you didn't like the video. See? So maybe this British unit will attack me here. That might be concerning, since this army. But I am going to end the turn here. And we also get another research spot. I mean, this is basically the Indian version. I am going to tell them to work on canister shot. But because this is close to the edge, they might be graded, they might not. So that's a huge what if. More trade route means more money coming in. Again, so you can also rename ships if you want. So let's say I don't like this 21 gun ship, name that, and let's name it Boston. There you go, Boston, and if you hit accept, it's now named Boston. And this is all John Bailey is age 39 is John Sullivan. He was also in the American Revolution. Arthur Wayne, I do not know. Nathaniel Greene was also in the American Revolution at this time. He played an important part in the Battle of the South down here in South and North Carolina. Was his real stomping grounds during the American Revolution. Yeah, like I said, I am going to end the turn here. Britain moving their armies around. Are they going to take this? I'm presuming yes. They're only going to take that French settlement up there in Canada. I think they just did. Britain moving on some of their agents. Don't know why one's down in Mexico. And so then these anchoring spots, if you have a trading ship and you put it there, it basically becomes another trade box. Meaning that you can have extra trade income if you put it. Ooh. I am going to say go Iroquois Nation. I mean, sorry, not Iroquois Nation. Sorry, I'm just drawing a blank. But go them. Because if they take that, then I have to go warn them now. Why did you take over Canada? I don't mean to do that in a rude way. You know, I've always wanted to visit France, Spain, England, personally, because I love their history. I love history in general, and I want to learn a lot about the medieval ages and different time periods, so I always wanted to visit, but like, in this context, I don't want to deal with France. I mean, I don't want to deal with Spain, France, like make France and Spain angry at me, because they all were kind of friends, and I don't want to have another war, quote-unquote war going on in the sense. Yes, now I have to deal with Spain invading from, you know, maybe Florida and Mexico. France, I'm not too worried because, well, allies and, well, good friends. France and the US have always been good friends. For the most part. There have been a few instances in history where America and France were not the best of friends, but for the most part, America and France will, throughout the start of the US history, have been very good allies and friends over multiple generations. Again, I tried to turn the fog of war back on. It's just a part of this mod. The reason why I'm starting with this mod and not the base game is I very much enjoy playing this mod. That's the only reason why I've started this. And most of the major nations have some of those specialized units. It's mostly America and Britain who have most, but so does France and Spain. Some of the minor nations do not have specialized units. Just because they didn't spend time researching. Again, this is a free mod you can download. You do have to have this game installed to play it, but it is a free mod that you can play. The other Total War game I have downloaded with mods is Total War Medieval 2. It's a great game. I am wanting to start a Let's Play either in normal Medieval 2 or in one of the mods. So please leave a comment if you know about Total War or Total War Medieval 2. What faction you want me to play as, or even suggest a mod. I am willing to try and download and play mods. Oh yeah, now I remember the name is the Cherokee Nation. But Spain won. No. Like I said, some of these lower nations you will see don't go to war very often, and if they do, it's usually by a bigger faction trying to take over their land. Agent recruited, whoa. We have 2 agents, yes. That's good because now that helps us. And we got ourself a new research station that I am going to spend immediately on. Unfortunately, nothing new. No. Okay, so let's build that. Send this. Recruit this army. And then let's go to Boston and let's get some. Let's do these like goons. Let's do Green Mountain Men. Sure. Let's go with some American regulars, but special units. Also get a cannon. Because why not? We probably need it. This is Maryland. Sorry, I'm just reading the names. I'm going to recruit them. And then this army, I am going to leave the general there. And the cannon, I'm going to move it down. As you can see, the army is still healing. I am going to hit that. Local strike low. Oh dear. As you can see, just because it's new, they're not very happy with me. So yeah. And then, yeah, let's get some Morgan riflemen. Let's try and recruit 2 units of, well, American long rifles. I just call them Morgan's riflemen because Morgan rifleman was very much the person who created this unit and trained them himself. and he played a huge part in the American Revolution. Unfortunately, that's all the time I've had. I have to go to class now. I will start another recording here soon. I hope you have a fantastic day. As you can see, I'm going to hit save as United States Summer. You can see all the other saves. Like I said, I have played this before and the date. And it also shows throughout the other modern game and also the auto mod games that are saved. So I hit save. I'm going to hit exit the menu. Like I said, have a fantastic game. And please subscribe and like the video if you are willing to subscribe and if you're willing to like the video. Have a fantastic day. Bye.